Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neal, and today it's raining outside, which doesn't timestamp it. It just means there's weather.
But at least it's not freezing anymore.
Yeah, you're correct. It is not freezing anymore.
2 temperate days in a row where I didn't have to wear a coat.
That's true.
Congrats.
So let's keep it up.
In typical Chicago fashion, it was 82 one day and 45 the next day.
That is true.
How's everyone doing? Jeff?
Good.
Jeff's in shorts at long last.
You are in shorts. That's
I'm
right.
in shorts a lot of the time.
Yeah. How do you feel
Often
about it?
inappropriately.
Well, you're in shorts. Matt's in capris. I'm in shorts. Ken's in pants. So it's like we got the full spectrum of clothes wearing there.
Of leg coverage, which is exactly what people come to this podcast for, Neal.
Our fashion shows?
No, we try to show leg, but no one can ever see it.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's
anyway,
an audio medium.
it is an audio medium. Jeff, you recently hosted a game.
I did.
We thought it went well. It was pretty.
Good.
Wasn't a
Who's
very,
we? Who thought
Wasn't a
that?
disaster like usual, Jeff?
It's good range, good mix of questions.
Score was minus 30 to minus 25. It was a
As
great
usual,
game.
yep.
Yeah.
But we have a new host here with us today, and it's I should say we have both guests today are returning guests. And if you are familiar with the Whoopi Goldberg classic Sister Act 2 Back in the Habit from 1993, this episode will have nothing to do with that. But the reason we said that is because we're bringing back sisters we had on a wonderful episode. I think it was titled Madonna's Sex Book. Is that right?
Was that the one?
Yep.
I should have brought the book today, and I didn't. I'm sorry, everyone.
Been telling you.
I know. I'm sorry. Well, let's first welcome our guest host today. She was a competitor last time she was on the show, but she's coming to us from Greenville, South Carolina. Oakland 5 supporter on Patreon, Lauren Couchois. How's it going, Lauren?
It is going amazing. I am so happy to be here and back at it again. And Sister Act 2, it's just a different Lauren. No Lauryn Hill, but you get me.
That's all right. Well, we'll play some Lauryn Hill that no one will hear for copyright reasons, but it was there. It's there.
It's just constantly on in the background.
It is killing us softly. So, Lauren, just remind folks about what you do and what you're up to out in Greenville.
Yeah, so I live in Greenville, South Carolina. Been here almost 2 years now. I'm a dietitian with the school district food and nutrition department here. I specialize in farm to school and grants. And I also, the best thing I get to do is I oversee a program that helps special education students earn their employability credentials so that they can go into the world and show that they're employable and get jobs. And since the last time I was on, we have graduated another group of students, and 2 of which we have hired into our own department. So it is just the best to
That's
see
exciting.
it come full circle.
Nice.
Very cool.
That is wonderful. Well, thank you again for joining us. We had such a fun time last time. We're looking forward to your questions today. And our special guest, where the Sister Act comes into play, is Lauren's sister, Christina Loper, Oakland 5 supporter on Patreon, coming to us from Brooklyn, New York. It's good to see you again, Christina, and you have some good news that you just shared with us before we started.
Yeah, so it's so funny to talk about full circle. The last time we recorded, it was the day before I started my first day of classes at Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute in Manhattan. And tomorrow I start my first read for Our Town, which I got cast in this past
Yay.
week. So
Congratulations.
very
Congrats.
excited, yeah.
Lee already came through.
He did.
He did.
He did. Well, congratulations on that. And remind the folks at home also what you do in addition to acting.
So on top of acting, I'm also an archaeologist. I work for a nonprofit called IR Lab. We actually are going to be starting up excavations this summer. Very excited about a couple of them. We will be deferring our European excavations till next year, but if there are any budding archaeologists out there that want to see what we do or apply for any of our field schools, you can check us out. It's irlabnp.org.
All right.
I dig it.
Yeah, Matt, you interested?
I just killed Jeff
always.
with that joke. I'm sorry.
Not interested, Matt?
No.
Okay.
I'm not a shuffle guy.
That's true.
You can have the duster.
That's true. When we buried that one body, Matt was just yelling directions at us and wouldn't get involved. So probably smart. But thank you both for joining us. And Lauren, last time you were telling us of your affinity for pop culture and boy bands and all that good stuff. So I'm curious, is your game going to lean that way, or are we going to also be in for some scientific and historical references that Christina had?
Well, So I really tried to do the whole write what you know thing. So I would say that there's going to be a lot of that in there. There is definitely a loose theme to the whole game today. And, but I also really wanted to make sure that I kind of tailor to everybody's interests and specialties. So I think it's going to be well rounded, I hope, with the theme, anyways,
Awesome.
or within the theme.
Yeah, nice.
Well, wonderful.
Well, Neil and I are going to team up. I just saw The Northman, so I've been thinking about Alexander Skarsgård and his gleaming muscles.
Mm-hmm.
So our team is going to be a little bit of a tongue twister. It's going to be Skarsgård guard scars.
Yeah, and in honor of the large scar on my face from running into a tree in high school during production of Pride and Prejudice. So, which is true. Jeff, you're going to have to say that name many times.
Many
today.
times.
Scars.
And Christina chose Matt in an archaeological term. She chose wisely.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But what's your team name today?
So for our town, I got cast as Mrs. Gibbs, and Matt is a quippy man, so we're going to be Mrs. Gibbs Quips.
All
All
right.
right.
Scars, and Mrs. Gibbs quips. Good luck, Jeff.
May
Let's
God-
get
Yeah.
the rules.
As they say, may God have mercy on me.
Mm-hmm.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
We master crap.
And Matt, the reference was Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade.
Thank you.
Yes,
Never heard of
because
it.
Christina is like Indiana Jones
Right,
of the
right.
show now.
Yeah.
Officially.
Spitting image.
Yes.
Who was the director on that one?
That was I think it was a Swedish director, Steven Spjornbjörg or something.
Fair enough.
Up and comer, really.
Yes.
Really,
Lauren, feel free to take it away.
All right, so let's get started. Question number 1 is called Family Magic. If you have children or you just like good movies, you may have seen Encanto by now. The story revolves around a family with magical powers. As a dietitian, I can't help but love the mom whose powers are to heal people with food. There is a particular item she uses often in the film to heal people, and it is mentioned in the opening song. The lyrics go, "My mom Julieta can make you feel better with just one of these traditional Colombian items made primarily of cornmeal, salt, and water, then fried in oil." What is this magical food?
I think I know, Matt.
Okay. I just saw this for the first time, but there were children talking over it.
Naturally.
So I might have missed this one, but
So they were definitely talking about Bruno, is what you're saying.
I asked them not to,
Okay.
but they would not relent. I think that we can lock in with whatever you're thinking.
Do you know it off the top? I kind of remember.
Do you? I
I
haven't
don't
seen
know.
this movie. My niece watches it all the time, but I haven't seen it with her. So
It's got to end with Etta, right?
yes, not muffaletta, but
No.
that's
What
the
is
New
that?
Orleans thing. That's the New Orleans sandwich. Sorry, I thought it was something bad, but it's the New Orleans sandwich. Sorry.
What about? I'm just gonna make up a word. What about like paella?
Oh yeah, is that something? Paillette
I just made it up.
or paillette is something?
No, it should end with Etta.
Okay, I was thinking
to make it rhyme.
I'm pretty sure paella is a thing.
Paillette. Okay, I was thinking of tortilla.
All right, we're gonna say paella.
Paillette.
I
Okay.
think of paella.
Maybe.
I'm
I'm always
thinking
thinking of paella.
Tortilla? That doesn't really rhyme though.
Jambalaya.
Yeah, you got to think of
We're gonna
the.
stick with paella.
Okay.
So what I think it is doesn't quite rhyme, but I'm pretty sure it's arepas.
I also think that now that I hear it out loud. Concur.
All right. So it's "My mom Julieta can make you feel better with just one arepa." And they say it so fancy that it kind of rhymes,
Doesn't
like
rhyme.
Ken was trying to get at. But good job, you guys.
Once you get all those Tonys, you can
That's-
just rhyme whatever you want.
That's beyond a slant rhyme though.
All right, question 2. Potato. Known in NBA history as one of the shortest players to play professional basketball, coming in at 5'6", it's impressive that this player won a slam dunk contest in 1986 and his vertical leap was recorded at 46 inches. For comparison, LeBron James is 6'9", a whole foot and 3 inches taller, but his vertical leap is 2 inches shorter at 44 inches. This player started his career with the Detroit Pistons, then played 6 seasons with the Atlanta Hawks, and eventually was traded to the Sacramento Kings. Who is this impressive athlete?
I mean, LeBron's a big man. It's hard to get a lot of that up off the ground.
Yeah,
So.
we can lock in.
Yeah, because I can't.
So it's
I know the guy from Space Jam.
Yeah.
It's probably too late though, right?
Muggsy Bogues?
Yeah.
I thought it was him at first too, but he was on Charlotte. Now that I think about it, I don't know if he was on the Hawks.
I don't know any others.
There's one that's on the tip of my tongue, and I'm like completely botching it right now.
You know it. You've said the name before.
Yeah, I know. I can't figure it out.
All right. Well, if you can't, we'll just stick with Muggsy.
Okay.
Potato is a very amusing clue because his name is Spud. It's Spud Webb.
That's it. Yeah.
Matt's got it. Absolutely. It's Spud Webb. And since his debut, there have only been 2 players shorter than him, Earl Boynton and Muggsy Bogues. But Spud Webb is the answer. Nice job.
Great clue. Yeah, I just completely messed that one up, Ken.
It's all right. I messed up the first one, so.
Oh, good. Who will mess up the third one? Let's find out.
All right. Question 3. Tom says, treat yourself. Turquoise gemstones are said to be rarer than diamonds because less than 5% of the gemstones that are mined possess the characteristics to be cut and set into jewelry. It is also the only gemstone to have a color named after it. It got its name from the French, who named it after the country that first brought it to France. What is this country?
All right, we are going to go ahead and lock in here.
I am blanking, Matt. I have no idea.
So I guess we're just gonna name a country where a lot of gemstones come from. What were you leaning in any particular direction?
No, I wasn't, because I feel like that question kind of took me on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I had like different thoughts at different points in time with each one.
But I think we're looking at probably a northern. I was thinking northern African. I think
that would make sense.
they had a lot of trade. Maybe
Like Morocco, or
I like Morocco. That's a country.
all right.
We're gonna.
Yeah, but it's a lot of sand though, and I'm not really sure you would mine a lot of gems there. It's like some of the biggest parts of the.
Yeah. What about Algeria?
Algeria was the second one, I would say.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
we both said it at some point in time, so we are going to lock in with Algeria.
Okay. And we're just keeping it simple. Turquois. We're going to say Turkey. Tom the turkey? I don't know.
Correct. Ken
Are you
got
serious?
all the clues. And I mean, watching you guys struggle on this one, I have to tell you, I thought that this question was too easy. I almost took it out.
It is, I think, because it's so easy that it's like turquoise turkey. It was like turkey, but oh man,
Yep,
okay,
exactly. And the French for Turkish is turquoise. And I got to give a special shout out to Misinformation, who taught me about this in episode 193. You're a gem. If you haven't listened to that episode, you should. It's very good.
Don't
All right.
underestimate my simple mind. Turquoise sounds like turkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
all
just do the Seth
sometimes
Rogen
the
laugh every
obvious.
time.
Yeah. Shout out to Julie and Lauren.
All right, question 4. I'm kind of a big deal. As of the beginning of 2022, Tyson McGuffin is a tattoo-loving Idahoan and the top-ranked player for $700 who will give you 2 days' worth of lessons in his sport. Tyson has 10 sponsors, his own brand of clothing line, and branded water bottles. Tyson is top-ranked in a sport that is credited to have been invented by 3 dads in 1965 who were sick of hearing their kids complain about how bored they were. This sport can be played indoors or outdoors and is said to be for all ages, which is apparent when you see that the top 100 ranked players range in age from 19 years of age to 52. What is this sport that is rumored to be named after a boat race or possibly the creator's dog?
I think we can lock in.
Oh, good.
So, Neal, you were having thoughts?
I was just thinking of sports that are like in the mainstream now. At first I was thinking video games, which I don't think it is, but I was thinking maybe like cornhole or like bags, but just because there's a lot of young people on that, and you can do it indoors or outdoors. But the thing that's throwing me though is it's named after a dog. I don't think
Possibly.
could you name a dog Cornhole? Like, get over here, Cornhole.
It wouldn't be good.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
It's not a terrible guess.
What's he got in his mouth?
Quit eating that cornhole.
Stop licking your own butt, Cornhole.
Oh man.
What about Frolf?
Oh, frisbee. Oh, you know what? Frisbee golf. Oh, actually, maybe. I was thinking of ultimate
Play
frisbee,
that
which
inside.
did you know that Joel Silver apparently
Oh my God.
started frisbee golf? I mean, ultimate frisbee on a college campus. The film producer. He
Really?
claims that he started
Okay.
ultimate frisbee.
Al Gore invented the internet, Neal. So
Just look it up.
Let's say Frolf.
Frolf. Okay. All right.
You said I'm kind of a big dill, so I said pickleball.
Because I am kind of a big dill, because it is pickleball. Well done.
Is that game where they like hit a ball on a trampoline?
It's it's
That's slam
essentially
ball.
tennis, but with like
paddle,
paddles
right?
and plastic balls.
Like a little wiffle ball.
Where does
thing.
the pickle come in?
There is no
So-
pickle.
It's
Maybe
named
it's the dog.
after. Yeah, so the owners had a dog named Pickle, but it turns out that they named the dog Pickle after pickleball. They had the sport first. And I guess somewhere up in the Northeast, it's called a pickle boat race when you have teams come together. And if you have an uneven number of people, the people left over get thrown into the boat, and that boat's called the pickle boat. I don't know. I don't understand it myself, but that's where you get pickleball.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Just be careful of pickle. He likes to lick. Same owner. He owns pickle and cornhole.
Yeah.
Pickle and cornhole detective dogs.
I hate it.
I love it. Okay, I gotta stop laughing at that. All right. Question 5. Hey, kitty girls. I love drag queens, and there is one in particular that is my favorite. I kind of hate even saying that because she's really tied with Katya and Monet Exchange. But anyways, this queen in particular is unique because she is the only queen to have been on RuPaul's Drag Race and placed in the top 3 each time she has been on. Even if you don't know drag queens, it's okay because you have for sure heard of her name. She shares it with a candy and a unique fruit. The fruit is used for several medicinal purposes, mainly grown in Asia, and is also known as the Chinese apple. The candy is the sister candy to Elaine Bennis's favorite candy. So, who is this funny, fruit name sharing, amazing drag queen?
This isn't head of lettuce, is it?
I was thinking of that too.
All right, Neal, whatever you think it is, don't text me. I don't know. I don't know.
And
Okay,
Matt,
all right.
I can lock in.
Oh, good. Because I am lost here.
All right, I'm just trying to think of names. There's one that's like sugar cane, but I don't think that's a fruit.
What was Elaine's favorite candy?
Sugar cane, yeah, that's not a lemon.
Does she like jujubes?
Jujubes she likes. That's right. She has them all in her mouth, and she can't speak correctly because her mouth's full of them.
So what's the companion? Oh, cherry sour cherries.
Oh,
Cherry sour.
cherry sour. Sure.
Was that a queen?
Is that? I'm not too sure. I know a few of them. I don't know all of them.
We'll
though.
go with cherry sour.
Cherry sour. Okay.
It's jujube.
It's 100% jujube. It's so I originally thought Elaine Bennis my clue was it's her favorite candy, and then I went back and rewatched, and her favorite candy is Juju Fruits, and Jujubes are the little ones that are the sister candy to Juju Fruits.
That's
So.
right.
Jeff, what are
Well
the scores? Good luck with these names.
the scores are actually pretty interesting. Every single question was answered correctly,
Just not by us.
just not by both teams. So Skarsgård has 10 points,
So close.
but in the lead. No, it is what it is. I'm doing one take. And in the lead, Miss Gibbs Quips with 40.
Question 6, eating gold. Chips are a staple in the United States, ranking in as the 3rd most popular snack in America. There is one style that ranks above the others and is sold in 50 countries across the globe. This chip has had over 100 different flavors since the first year it was sold in 1966, with flavors ranging from yogurt and mint to toasted corn to clam chowder and even a ranch-dipped chicken wings and Mountain Dew flavor. Marketing executive Arch West was inspired to name this chip for the Spanish word for gold and the suffix for little. What is this popular chip?
All right, we're locked in.
I know Lay's always has like a million different flavors, but Spanish word for gold is throwing me.
I mean, I was thinking Doritos at first, but I don't know if there's that many flavors.
I would not put it past them. I do know that there is like a buffalo ranch flavor wing one. And Ito is like little. So she said if it's,
Uh-huh.
oh, that might be right. I would go with Dorito.
Okay, we'll lock in with Dorito.
Oro is gold. We said Dorito as well. We don't know where the D comes from, though.
Yeah, exactly. Arch West just thought that Orito sounded good and felt like throwing a D in front of it. So Dorito is the right answer.
Oh, nice.
I always remember that because Oro y Plata is the state motto, of course, of Montana, right?
Obviously.
Gold and silver.
As we all know, yes.
Obviously.
That's how my mind works, or doesn't.
Don't ruin her Oro de Plata
Question.
Oro y Plata question later.
I was going to say, I know that from Narcos more than anything.
Plato plomo.
Yes, exactly.
Love it.
All right, guys. Question 7. Surf's Up. The 2020 Summer Olympics, even though they were held in 2021, debuted surfing as an Olympic sport for the first time. There are plenty of amazing places to surf around the world. However, when learning how to surf, you need a place that will provide waves that won't kill you. According to surfline.com, which beach in the United States is ranked as one of the top 10 places to learn how to surf with the nickname of the East Coast Surf Capital? It is also the birthplace of surfing king Kelly Slater and is documented to have been established by freed enslaved people shortly after the Civil War.
We'll go ahead and lock in here. We don't have a great guess, but there's a beach I've been to on the East Coast. So,
Would it be somewhere off of the Jersey Shore, possibly?
I'm thinking if I can, is it Folly Beach?
Where would that be?
That's in Charleston.
Okay. That sounds somewhat familiar. I don't know if we're going to get anything closer.
Well, so I'm thinking Kelly Slater or Myrtle? No.
Myrtle Beach is a beach that I know about.
A lot of people, I was just at Folly Beach last year, though, and a lot of people were surfing.
Okay. Well, that sounds like evidence.
I just think there's a lot of historical stuff that happens through Folly Beach, too.
Well, then it sounds like we should lock in with Folly Beach.
Okay, let's just do that.
all right.
I'm going to feel terrible if it's Myrtle.
I just picked any old beach on the East Coast that I've been to, and I can confirm there's a Ron John's surf shop there. So we said Cocoa Beach.
And this beach is Cocoa Beach.
Wow.
Hey.
Well done, Ken.
Yeah,
Wow.
Ron John's.
I knew he was from Florida, but I'm glad that you said Cocoa Beach. So
Yeah, I thought it was kind of, I didn't realize that Kelly Slater was from there, and I had no idea about it being settled by freed enslaved people either. I thought that was really cool. And we've been to Cocoa Beach, Christina and I, numerous times. So, all right, well done. All right, question 8. She's a full-on Monet, Gagsville. So I have to tell you guys that I was like, okay, I'm going to be a Patreon member when I heard, and I'm pretty sure it was Ken, talk about how much he hated Brad Pitt eating in movies because I hate it. I cannot stand it. It drives me crazy. And I think it drives me crazy because there's a line in Clueless where they're like, anything you can do to draw attention to your mouth is a good thing. And I just feel like that's what Brad Pitt is doing, and I hate it. So anyways, all of that said, the writers of Clueless must have taken that very seriously because there are so many scenes with food and drink throughout the movie that I couldn't even keep track of it. But there is one scene that involves food, but no one actually eats it. It's when Cher is getting ready for Christian to come over and she says, whenever a boy comes over, you should have something baking. What is it Cher plops on a sheet pan and throws in the oven but ultimately burns?
You can make the call here, Neil.
okay,
If you know it.
we can lock in.
I'm pretty sure she just takes an entire thing of cookie dough.
Yeah.
And, like, doesn't chop that up. She just unrolls the cookie dough and just like one big roll and leaves it on there and it burns.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I believe she's like in a robe, and yeah, she pulls off the wrapper and just like drops it on the pan of cookie dough, and just I agree.
That's exactly what she does and what she's wearing, Neil. Very good. Just throws the whole thing in there and then burns
Does
it.
that make it like a cookie cake?
I
Sounds
guess
So
delicious.
you could,
Like a log.
it is like a log.
there's a video of what would happen if you did that, and it
Probably just spreads out,
doesn't.
right?
Yeah, it just kind of becomes a big mess.
When I was a kid, I always thought it was like salami or like ham. I didn't realize it was cookie until I was older. I don't know why.
When you
Because you're
rewatched
demented.
it
It was
again.
probably my Freudian slip, as a kid watching Clueless.
Now I know next time to have Neal over for dinner, I'll make him ham-shaped or
Nice
cookie-shaped
hot-
hams.
Nice hot salami. Got a nice hot salami in the oven for you.
Give the leftovers to a cornhole.
Not talking about the time Neal came over in the hot salami, Ken.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
sorry.
movie, but it's not available for rent anymore.
All right. Number 9, please, as quickly as possible.
All right, question 9. I swear, I don't know of an episode of Triviality where you guys don't mention a not real porn video that you're either in or have made every episode.
This is our brand now.
Quote unquote, not real. Quote unquote.
Quote unquote. All right, question 9. Sunshine food. We all know we need to eat a variety of foods so that we can get a variety of vitamins and minerals. We also need to drink water and get sunlight, since, like the meme says, we're basically just houseplants with complicated emotions. Sunlight helps boost serotonin levels in the brain and gives us our main source of vitamin D, which is vital for bone health. If you aren't getting enough sunlight or aren't into swallowing large pills for supplementation, there is one item that you can find in the produce section, even though it's not really produce, but it is our only naturally occurring source of digestible vitamin D. What is this item?
Vitamin D, huh?
Vitamin D. I take vitamin D3,
As do I.
but
Sunny
it doesn't
D?
help me.
How many IU are you on?
1,000 IU.
Nice.
I had way too much B12 and a toxic level when I got my blood work back a couple weeks ago, and it was because my face kept getting red after I ate everything because I was having way too much B12.
Where were
What
you
were
getting it?
eating?
Yeah.
Where's the
It's in like a
from?
lot of it, like cheese and a lot of foods.
Huh.
But anyway, I had a toxic level of B12, which was not good.
Damn.
But I didn't
Too
have a
much
toxic level of
fromage.
D12, which I always
There's
listen to.
Excuse me.
As a vegan, I always need more B12.
Do you? I should just give you
Yeah.
my flesh.
No, you should just
Again,
He already
Very
did that.
vegan-y.
A B12 transfusion.
that was in the movie we can't talk about.
You guys got an answer? So we can talk?
This one's killing me.
It's not bell
I have,
pepper.
I have no idea what would be in the produce section that's not produce.
All right.
It's the man unloading the cart in
How
your
about,
way when you're trying to
how
walk
about
through.
peanuts?
Okay.
I don't know.
Just nuts of some sort.
Peanuts, yeah.
Okay.
Well, peanuts have like no nutritional value from what I remember.
Not true. They're a good source of protein.
I think
and-
almonds are
Okay.
good
Fat.
for prostate or something. Right?
Anyway, I don't know.
You know what?
Is it-
Peanuts actually are a really good source of B12, actually.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
no wonder I was eating almond butter every
No.
day and I had to stop. That's probably what it was.
Oh, I'm glad.
Well, almonds aren't peanuts, but
Neal,
okay.
Neal has a toxic level of something in his body, and he's like, I forgot what I had to stop eating.
Something is toxic within me.
You're
Sorry, Matt, go ahead.
shoveling peanuts like a circus elephant. I was gonna say, I think maybe pomegranate. I feel like they got those pomegranate juices in the back of the
Those
produce
poms?
section. Yeah.
But that is,
seems very
pomegranates are
produce-y.
considered a produce, though. The things that I always find in the produce section, like tofu is always over there, but I don't think that it has a lot of vitamin D, though.
No.
I mean, there's always like, pistachios, I feel like, are always by the produce section,
Mm-hmm.
like kind of tucked in at the end of the fruit.
Yeah.
Like orange juice, like Sunshine State, but I mean, is orange juice, is that considered a
They might have those frozen orange juice things, those slushy orange juice things. You know what I'm talking about?
I do not.
There's a
know what
can
you're
of
talking
orange juice
about.
concentrate.
I remember those.
Oh, like the Minute Maid one.
Yeah.
That like you make out of right.
Let's say
No.
let's say orange juice then.
You just want to say orange juice?
Sure.
Okay.
Theoretically, then oranges too, right?
I guess. I mean, you subtly said Sunny D, and if that's right, that's going to be infuriating. But yeah, what did we say? Nuts?
We said peanuts.
Peanuts.
All right. Well, in the produce section, you will find fruits and vegetables. This item is neither fruit, nor vegetable, nor plant, nor animal. It's a fungi. It's the mushroom.
Oh. I should have known.
I know, Christina.
I know.
I go
So
hiking with the
sorry.
kids all the time. Oh, it's like how I didn't get the producer's question. Same
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
I go hiking with my kids. We go mushroom hunting all the time.
So was
We
that
don't
the
pick
revenge of
anything.
the producer's question?
Oh.
Is that why your kids always play really psychedelic music when they get home?
Yes. They love the Doors.
You should. Olive, the way she dances.
Cal Pell, huge Jim Morrison fan.
Oh, awesome.
Wait till he finds out they're not that good. I'm just kidding.
All right. Question number 10, which might be my favorite question. Question 10 is, it's business time.
Oh my
In
God.
season 1, episode 2 of Flight of the Conchords, Brett takes on a new job where he meets a female coworker. While they are in conversation, Brett begins to think out loud to himself, oh my God, she's so hot. She's so flippin' hot. She's like a curry. This actress would later get her first lead TV role in a show that went on for 7 seasons, where she played a single mother pretending to be younger in order to land a job. What 6-time Tony nominee plays Brett's new curry hot coworker?
Got it. Yeah, we're locked in.
I got it too. We're locked in.
Is this from the
too,
show
Matt.
Younger?
Well,
It was a younger reference.
It was a younger reference. She's talking about Flight of the Conchords.
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
I just didn't expect to ever hear a Younger reference.
I think
We're locked
everybody's
in.
I
locked
believe
in.
I
Yeah, I
believe
think
this
everyone's
was
locked in.
this was spoken about last time.
I think so. I think you're right.
All right.
So the answer, Lauren Couchois? Or Sutton Foster.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
Mrs. Gibbs, what you got?
We also said Sutton Foster.
Because it is Sutton Foster.
I know.
I was trying so hard. I was like, how do I get Foster into
How
this?
do I-
And how
How
do
do
I?
I put me in this?
Yes, exactly.
I used to
And
love
then I-
watching that show.
Oh, it's the best. And
That was the
but
same
anyway,
question he was asking when he saw her, but nothing.
Let's go to the swing round.
Let's go to the scores. Let's go to the scoreboard. Let's go to the scoreboard.
That's you, Jeff.
Jeff
Oh,
is
yeah,
just
that's me.
zoned out over here.
I actually have them all written down. Let me just add it up. Yes, so the score recap. Looking at the scores after round 1, game drew a little bit closer than the first half, so good job over at Skarsgård, who guards Scars. Your score is now 50 points, but still in the lead, Miss Gibbs Quips with 70.
and I'm going to give away the theme now, but actually I was about to give it away with the Sutton Foster thing, because if you look back at the answers or think about them, everything is food related, even if it's a play on food words like turkey,
Oh,
Pickleball,
Spud, turkey.
Cocoa
yeah.
Beach, Spud, yeah.
Mutton Foster.
And Foster,
Bananas Foster, right? Yeah.
exactly.
Or the beer.
Australia for beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out a Sutton Foster either beer or banana Foster question, and I couldn't. So I started researching, and I don't remember her in Flight of the Conchords at all. But then the question just wrote itself when that's how it came about. But anyways, okay. So you may have noticed by now that the theme for the game is food related. For our swing round, we're going to keep that going. And this is people with food names. I'm going to give you a description of a famous person and their work, and I want you to tell me who I'm talking about. I'll give you the field in which they're known for, and everybody in this list has food in their name somewhere. So, like for example, the actor from Apollo 13, Mystic River, and Tremors
Kevin Bacon.
is Kevin Bacon.
Gary Anise? No.
Wow.
There's an Anise. I can never
That's
remember.
not bad.
Potato, right? Okay. So, question 1, or number 1. This football pro is the only non-kicker to make the top 50 list of highest scoring NFL players of all time. He appeared on Dancing with the Stars and was selected for the Pro Bowl 13 times. Number 2. This New York City native singer-songwriter and pianist was classically trained on piano as a child and began composing her own music when she was 8. She released 5 albums from 1996 to 2020, and all of which reached the top 20 in the U.S. Billboard charts. She received a Grammy for Best Female Vocal Rock Performance in 1999. Number 3. This actor dies so often in his roles that there is even a list of his most memorable deaths. The list includes deaths such as being crushed by a satellite while fighting James Bond, executed for his love of poetry, being impaled on an anchor by Jack Ryan, and shot to death by arrows while protecting the precious ring. Number 4. This rapper, actor, and television host had the first hip-hop single to top the Billboard charts. His debut album was originally called Hooked, but was reformatted a year later and released with the new title To the Extreme. You can see his acting skills in movies such as 13 Going on 30 and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Number 5. This American educator and politician served as Stanford University's provost from 1993 to 1999, has been awarded 11 honorary doctorates, and was the first woman to hold the position of National Security Advisor. Number 6. This Canadian actor and comedian who was born on Halloween 1950 landed his first movie roles in 1979, one of them being in the classic American period war comedy 1941. He was also in Splash, Home Alone, Rookie of the Year, Blues Brothers, and JFK. Number 7. This Wisconsin-born actress is often typecast as characters in movies with overt sex appeal. She has been cast as a porn star in 2 separate films. She played a sex worker opposite Johnny Depp in 2001, a stripper in 2009, and a director of pornographic films in 2012. She has also had roles in television, appearing in shows such as Scrubs and Californication. Number 8. This right fielder and author played in the MLB for 17 seasons. He is one of only 5 MLB players to hit 2 pinch hit grand slams in the same season, and he was on a winning World Series team 4 times. Once with the New York Mets, and then 3 times with the New York Yankees. Number 9. This actress has been nominated for 5 Lead Actress Tony Awards. She won 2 of them, and has also won 3 Emmy Awards for her work in 24, The Handmaid's Tale, and Succession. She was in a relationship with Sarah Paulson for 5 years, although the couple amicably split in 2009. She has been credited in 30 theatrical productions, 26 television shows, and 31 movies, the most recent one being The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Number 10. This English actor-singer is most notably known by those that suffer from coulrophobia. However, my admiration began with his 1975 role as an amazing doctor, and then again for his role in Home Alone 2. An honorable mention should be for his role in the movie Congo, where he steals the scene with his sesame cake eating skills.
All right, those are the questions for the swing round, and we'll be right back. All the answers are now in. Let's get the questions one more time and see how we did.
All right, number 1. This football pro that is the only non-kicker to make the top 50 list of highest scoring NFL players. Who is he?
We just had to kind of take a guess here, right?
Yeah, we were between Heinz Ward, but we thought Heinz Ward wasn't a food, Heinz, and we said high score with the food name. We went Jerry Rice.
Mm-hmm. Most touchdowns of all time, Jerry Rice.
Correct, that's Jerry Rice. Number 2, this New York City native singer-songwriter that won the Best Female Vocal Rock Performance in 1999. Who is she?
We're going back to the produce section here, and we're saying Fiona Apple.
Oh.
Ugh.
Well, I guess we're eating crow on this one.
Yes, we're eating crow.
You said Sheryl
well,
Crow.
yeah.
It's a food.
I love your answer.
We mentioned her, yeah.
All right, yeah, no, that's Fiona Apple. Number 3, which actor dies so much that there's a whole list of them?
Said Sean Bean.
We also said Sean Bean.
That's Sean Bean. Number 4, the actor, rapper, and television host that you can see in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, and 13 Going on 30.
Go Ninja, go Ninja.
Yeah, we said Robert Van Winkle, Vanilla Ice.
We also said Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice. Number 5, who was the first woman to hold the position of National Security Advisor?
Might as well have a second helping of rice here. So we said Condoleezza this time.
Nice.
One will never fill you up, so we also went with a second helping of rice.
It is Condoleezza Rice. The Canadian actor and comedian who was in 1941, Home Alone, Rookie of the Year, and JFK.
We said John Candy.
We also said John Candy.
Very good. That's John Candy. And number 7 seemed to give both teams some trouble. So which actress is often cast in movies as a character that has overt sex appeal? She was a porn star in 2 separate films, a sex worker opposite Johnny Depp. That was in the film From Hell, a stripper in 2009, and she played a director of pornographic films in 2012.
Something tells me she's also Ken's favorite Austin Powers femme fatale.
We didn't know, so we just said Jamie Taco. And that joke will appeal to 2 people.
We said Demi Moore. And then I don't know where, I guess a demi sauce.
Demi glaze, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that your,
Demi-glaze.
That's a stretch.
Yep, nope. This is Heather Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
All right. The right fielder and author that played for the MLB in 17 seasons and won the World Series, once with the Mets and 3 times with the Yankees.
The only player we could think of on the Mets and Yankees with a food name was Darryl Strawberry.
And this was all Matt. I have no idea, but we said Darryl Strawberry.
It's Darryl Strawberry.
I did say Trout, though.
Trout was a good answer.
Oh, Mike Trout.
Good
I like
guess.
that answer, yeah.
hmm Number 9. This actress has been nominated for 5 Lead Actress Tony Awards, 2 of which she won. She also won 3 Emmy Awards for her work in 24, The Handmaid's Tale, and Succession. And she was, or has been, in 31 movies, the most recent one being The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Who is she?
Yep. If you remember her, she played the president for a short while on 24, Cherry Jones.
Oh, that's an incredible poll.
Mm.
Holy crap.
We had absolutely nothing.
Yep.
This was a tough one. Cherry Jones is correct. Well done. Okay, number 10. The English actor-singer that I love in Home Alone 2, Congo, and for his role as a doctor in 1975.
Yep, I'm glad you mentioned Congo, one of his most prolific performances. We said Tim Curry.
I agree. That is one of his most prolific performances. We also said Tim Curry.
It is Tim Curry, and I love him in Home Alone 2, but in Congo, he's probably the best person. So had to throw that in there.
I think I fell asleep during Congo when we last watched it, Neil.
That sounds about right.
And then I woke up to the sound of screaming apes.
I believe there's also...
But the movie was already off. So.
I believe there's a great hippo attack at night on the water, if I remember.
All right, and after the swing round, points went up for both teams quite a bit, but still not able to, well, they closed the gap, but they haven't taken the lead. Scars guard Scars at 95, and we've got Miss Gibbs Quips still in the lead, 105.
Round 2, our theme continues on, and question 1 is titled, I absolutely hate this, because I couldn't think of a better title, because I absolutely hate that this is a thing. So, in 2015, a popular fast food chain really hit the idiot of all idiot advertising that I have ever heard of. The meat-loving chain ran an ad highlighting their new brown sugar bacon. The bacon was said to be so irresistible that even a vegetarian couldn't resist it. The company took it a step farther to set up an actual helpline, 1-855-MEAT-HELP, to offer assistance to vegetarians who simply couldn't resist the brown sugar bacon. It was an actual working line, and when you called, there was somebody there that answered and told you to calm down and eat a salad. If that wasn't enough, they doubled down after the backlash from the Meat Help hotline ads and offered a one-time only vegetarian meal. They called it the bread sandwich. So, which fast food chain could possibly be this rude?
All right, I think we're going to go ahead and lock in, and I'm going to take this ad campaign, and I'm going to raise you a Dr. Pepper 10.
Oh.
It's not for women.
For the men.
Do you remember that?
No, but that noise.
There's
No.
was Dr. Pepper 10.
Not for
it's
women.
not for women.
That's some bull. Like the
Wow.
only
I
I don't
swear to
drink
God.
soda
Yeah.
often.
This is like 10 years ago,
Yeah, I would
maybe.
say within the last decade. I remember that.
Never again.
anyways, we're locked in.
I have no idea, Matt. I don't know if you do.
No, I was thinking, so Arby's we have the meats, so they're a big meat company.
The only advertising, like when I think of like terrible advertising for a fast food chain, I usually think Hardee's. Is it Hardee's?
Yeah, them and Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr., but they're owned by the same company. So
I don't know. I would say Hardee's.
Hardee's is a good. I think that was around the time they had Kate Upton eating the burger on the hood of the car very seductively.
Oh, in like slow motion or
Was
whatever.
that Paris
Yeah,
Hilton?
No.
She also did one, but the one he's
Oh,
talking about,
okay.
it was like the first one.
Yeah. So I'm good with that. So we can lock in with Hardee's.
I wrote down Hardee's, but Ken, you mentioned one I thought that was even more about the meats.
Yeah, we said Arby's.
Yeah, it's Arby's. I
Mhm.
cannot
Damn.
believe that they actually did this, but
And-
it's Arby's.
And here's a great article on the Dr. Pepper slogan. Just the headline of this article: Dr. Pepper's not for women ad campaign. Sexist?
Is there a question? It should just be declaratory. It is. It's sexist.
It's a period, not a question mark.
I hate that I know that now. All right. Question 2. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Food and sports often go hand in hand. One of the craziest foods you've been able to get since 2018 at a football arena is the Dungeness crab pretzel. This is knuckle and claw meat mixed with garlic aioli, Dijon mustard, and chives, all on a pretzel baguette. The review of this item said, I can see why fans would cheer for this dish, but I'm still trying to figure out why they're cheering for their team. The team must have taken this review to heart since they went on to have a 13-3 record the following year after the sandwich was debuted. At which 5-time Super Bowl champ team stadium can you find this unique dish?
I think we can lock in.
Okay.
Okay, I'll trust you.
Neil, I'm going to leave this one to you.
Right. So off the top of my head, you want to go Patriots, but we know Tom Brady won 6 with them, so it's not them.
We all know that.
But we know it's
Everyone
East
here
Coast.
knows. Yeah,
I was just
everyone
thinking
knows
of
that.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of the food too, being
Yeah,
East
where you
Coast.
could get the good fresh crab.
Right, and then I was thinking, okay, well, close there is Pittsburgh, but they won 4 with Bradshaw, 2 with Roethlisberger, so that's 6, so it's not them. 49ers won 4 with Montana, and then 2 with Steve Young, so it's not them. And now I'm kind of like at a loss.
Tampa Bay.
They've only won with Brady once.
Oh, and they
Or
won
no,
once
twice.
before that.
Twice. Yeah, they won
And what
with
about
Gruden.
before?
Gruden, they only won once.
They were really bad all the way up
Warren.
until when they won.
Oh, I gotta stop giving clues. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
All
So,
right, what do you
now
want to do? I don't know football. I know food, but not football.
I'm just at a loss now. And the only other thing I can think of is the Rams just won. They won with St. Louis once. Did they win with the old team in the 70s? Do you want to just say the Rams?
Sure.
Okay.
My thinking for this was around the time they opened Jerry World, and they would have had some new food items in Dallas. They were really bad for a while in that time period, and they were good again. I think they won 5 Super Bowls, so we said the Dallas Cowboys.
All right. Well, you guys are on the right train of thought when you're thinking about where can we get crab, and it would be in the Bay, San Francisco 49ers.
Hmm.
That was my
Yeah,
second
Levi
guess.
Stadium.
Number 3, olive you. Olives are considered a fruit and are an amazing source of vitamin A, E, K, and B. They are mentioned throughout Greek mythology and were often used as gifts. In addition to the fruit, the olive branch has come to be known as a symbol of peace. There are 3 flags which bear the olive branch: Eritrea, the United Nations flag, and this island country, which also manufactures the world's oldest wine, Commandaria, using 2 distinct grapes indigenous to the country. Which country is this?
And we're going to go ahead and lock in.
So my first thought was Cyprus.
That's my first thought as well, but I'm not sure is that considered its own nation?
It is. It definitely has a flag, and it's in the Greek Isles. So
I have Greece, and then I have Cyprus. So
I
should we
think
just go with
let's go with Cyprus,
okay?
because it's definitely not on the Greece flag. Because I think I know what that looks like.
Yeah,
Who
the
knows
white-
what the Cyprus flag looks like? It could be anything.
How about an orange island on a field of white with a green olive branch underneath?
Let's hope for that. We said Cyprus.
Yeah, we
But
locked
spot on, Jeff.
we locked in with Cyprus as well. I only mentioned that to Ken because Paul Hollywood baked there for about a decade, and they always show the flag when he was there. So that's what we guessed.
Well done, both of you. It is Cyprus. Very good.
Yay.
All right. Vexillology.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, question 4, dirty dancing. There are a lot of nutritional rules and guidelines we have to follow in the school nutrition world. Super Bakery is one of the companies that makes an array of breakfast foods within those rules and regulations that students love. The company's president is a graduate of Penn State, where he received a bachelor's degree in food service and administration. You may be surprised to know that the president of Super Bakery is also someone who was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1990. He played in the Pro Bowl 9 times and had 4 Super Bowl victories. I can tell you from personal experience, not only is this man immaculate, he is one hell of a dancer. So who is this incredibly nice president of Super Bakery?
We're locked in.
You guys are locked in. So there's some clues there, and it leads me to a Pittsburgh Steeler. He's immaculate, so that takes you to the Immaculate Reception, which was Franco Harris. But she also said, very nice, so it could have been Mean Joe Green. And now I'm torn. These are all real words, I swear. You're staring at me like you don't agree.
I'm staring at you like I have no idea what any of this could be. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna sit here and let you work through it.
Could be Lynn Swan. I think he was on Dancing with the Stars, and I think I'm good with locking in with Lynn Swan. And you agree?
Sure.
Ah,
Yes.
yes. We're locked in.
So I made a little bit of a mistake. So I just put Terry Bradshaw because of the 4 Super Bowl rings, and I mentioned him earlier, and he's known as being, at least to some people, known as being nice. But when you said Franco Harris, I forgot he was a Steeler, and I know he was on Dancing with the Stars. So we went Bradshaw, but it very well might be Franco Harris.
So I think we're getting a couple of questions mixed up because Dancing with the Stars was not mentioned in this question at all. But the immaculate man himself is Franco Harris. And he goes to all these food conferences that I go to, and we have danced several times together. And in person, he is ridiculously nice. He is such a nice guy.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Yep. So shout out to Mr. Harris there.
So his good dancing ability not related to Dancing with the Stars people.
All right, question 5. So this question 5 is not necessarily a listener submitted question, but it is a listener supported because I would love to shout out my grandparents, our grandparents, Christina and I's, Bob and Kathy, because they listened the last time Christina and I were on and were just really supportive and super wonderful about the whole thing. So shout out to them because with them, I would not have a love for Sinatra as I do. And that's what inspired me to this question. And this question is titled, A Foggy Day in London Town. So I love Sinatra and I love caffeine. So naturally, a London fog is my go-to drink when I'm not in the mood for coffee. A London fog is a drink comprised of steamed milk, vanilla syrup, and this tea said to be named after the British Prime Minister of the 1830s.
We can lock in, Matt.
Can we?
I mean, he works.
Oh, that's
we
right.
don't
That's
serve
right.
those at the Conglomerate, actually. We call them a Howie drink.
You're locked in.
Yeah.
I believe the London Fog. I think we made them when I was working with you, Matt.
We did.
Earl Grey.
I believe I trained Neal in the ways
I think you did actually
of the early Grey.
Honestly, and 100%. Yes, we said Earl Grey.
And same.
Yeah.
Earl Grey. Very good. It is Earl Grey, and I love those drinks.
I remember that because we had a lot of varied opinions
Mm-hmm.
on that drink. And shout out to
Still
Bob and
though.
Kathy. Thank you. Hopefully you're still listening after all the cornhole jokes.
Yeah, sorry.
Made it this
I
far.
apologize to your grandparents.
You don't need to. They're my
No.
yeah.
Bob and Kathy might be the greatest grandparent names of all time. Like that's
They're probably the greatest
100%.
grandparents of all time. Period.
yeah, in the
They're
grandparent
the
hall of
funniest
fame.
people I think I've ever met.
Next episode, Bob and Kathy. Special guest.
Yeah, no, I mean, our last episode that we were on was titled Madonna's Sex Book, and I had to send it to my friends and family.
That's
And
right.
I had a friend reach out, like, can I listen to this with my kids? It's like, absolutely. What makes you? She's like, oh, okay. And then I
Just wait
Got
till
it.
you see what this one's.
You know, Bob and Kath, they sent us this podcast that their daughters were on, and it was called Madonna's Sex Book.
I love that you called her Kath as well. 'Cause that's what my
Yeah.
grandfather calls her.
Figured
Hey,
that.
Kath.
Figured as much. Yeah.
All right. Question 6. Food potpourri. Potpourri was created in the 12th century to freshen the smell of rooms and castles. It's kind of ironic since the word potpourri translates from French to English as putrid pot. Potpourri is fairly easy to make and can be done on any stovetop using a pot of water and your favorite smelling items boiling inside. Typically, stovetop potpourri is made with oranges, cranberries, rosemary, and this spice that Roman Emperor Nero burned as a sign of remorse for murdering his own wife.
All right, we'll go ahead and lock in.
I have two thoughts, Matt. I don't know. What are you thinking?
My first thought was sage. I think it's a nice smelling item, and I would want that in my potpourri.
Our mother actually always used to have potpourri around the house, and it always had cinnamon sticks in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it always smelled a little bit like clove.
Okay.
So cinnamon and clove are the two that stuck out for me. I almost want to go with, just because the cinnamon sticks were always in there, I want to go with cinnamon.
I didn't know you could just throw anything you want in a pot and make potpourri. That's like really fascinating to me now.
Sometimes make
yeah.
potpourri with noodles.
you make a lot of potpourri with noodles.
Then you can eat them after. We said cinnamon as well.
Yep, cinnamon is right. Very good.
I like cinnamon.
I love cinnamon
It's a nice
stuff.
smell.
Yeah. Jeff, what does that bring our scores to? I know we're after 6 here, but it's a little extra fun.
He dropped the log.
He did.
Wow.
Nobody even noticed. He just thought he was going to get away with it.
Oh, no.
It's just,
I'm always watching.
it's not even that. We just went right past it, guys.
All right, so what's the scores?
All right, so our scores after 6 today are as follows. We have a tighter game than we had before. Nope, I lied. It's the exact same gap. Scars guard scars 135, and Miss Gibbs quips 145 for the lead.
All right.
Okay. Question 7. Food and music. And don't worry, it's not a bowling for soup question. What song is ranked as number 1 on Loudwire's list of the best hard rock songs of the 21st century? The single was released in August of 2001 and was originally titled Suicide, which was taken from lyrics around a self-righteous suicide. However, Columbia Records asked the band to change the name due to its sensitive nature, and therefore they came up with this title as a play on the word suicide.
All right, we're locked in. Yeah.
I trust you, yeah.
I think it might be a System of a Down song. They say,
Oh, yeah, that my self-righteous suicide.
which I believe is
right.
Ariel's, is that song, or is it
Okay.
Toxicity,
Oh, I think it's Toxicity.
or Chop Suey?
Or
Oh.
Deer Dance. Or how many more can I name?
No, those are the
Wow.
singles.
Bounce.
Let's go.
Shimmy.
It's food and music. Let's go Chop Suey.
Yeah, we're gonna go Chop Suey.
I'm glad you woke up.
Yeah.
Put on a little makeup.
My keys are on the table right now.
They are, in fact.
We also said chop suey.
Very good. It is Chop Suey. Well done on picking up on that clue, Chris, of food and music.
Oh yeah,
There we are.
didn't even get it.
Right, the food. Yes.
Okay, question 8. On Fridays, we don't eat meat. On Ash Wednesday, Good Friday, and all Fridays during Lent, Catholics over the age of 14 abstain from eating lamb, poultry, beef, pork, deer, and most other meats. It is during this season of Lent that sales of this delicacy go on the rise because the Catholic Church does not consider this to be a meat nor a fish. What is this Lent-friendly food?
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure how to get to the answer here, but we have a guess.
So if it's not considered a meat or a fish, I would assume it'd be like a shellfish. She did say delicacy, so I didn't know, maybe lobster.
What if it's tuna? People seem to eat a lot of tuna.
It's chicken of the sea.
It is a delicacy, maybe.
Of the sea.
Would you call tuna a delicacy?
But
If you're
A canned tuna?
Not canned tuna, but I've definitely had tuna that was a good.
I was just leaning at one of like a shellfish, like shrimp or.
Oh yeah, let's go shrimp. I like
You want to go
shrimp.
shrimp?
I remember eating shrimp during Lent.
All right, I was kind of in that shellfishy sort of area too, but we went with clam.
Well, no points on this one. The delicacy that goes on the rise during Lent is snails.
Mm.
Escargot.
Question 9. School lunch president. We didn't always have school meals, and there was a lot of food insecurity for families and children prior to the National School Lunch Act. The National School Lunch Act was created when a number of soldiers in World War II were considered not fit for duty due to malnourishment. Which president signed and authorized the National School Lunch Act as quoted, a measure of national security? He signed this on June 4th, 1946.
All right, we're locked in.
Is it FDR?
That sounds right. He was president during or right after World War II, right?
Gosh, I should know this better.
Oh, yeah, me too. But you know what? I don't. That's a problem.
1940s. I want to go. I don't know. My gut says FDR.
Okay.
But if you have a different feeling, for sure.
I do not. So
Okay.
I think FDR is a great answer.
FDR died in office just about at the end of World War II, a little bit before it ended, and then Truman took over. So
I was
Truman.
going to say Truman.
Yep, well done, Ken. This is Truman. FDR died in 1945, so.
So
Harry,
close.
the S stands for S. Truman.
For school lunches.
That's right.
Harry School Lunch Truman. That's right.
That's what they all called him.
All right, final question, round 2.
Question 10. Stolen goods. Food is stolen for a number of reasons, but there is one item in particular that is stolen worldwide more than any other. From intricate heists to simply walking out the front door of a store, it is reported that roughly 508 million pounds are stolen annually. Across the world, you can find over 1,800 different varieties, and it is usually fairly expensive, hence the amount that is stolen. The average per capita consumption of this item in the United States is about 40 pounds a year. While that might seem like a lot, the average Czech citizen eats about 140 pounds a year. What product is the most stolen food in the world?
All right, we're going to go ahead and lock in with a guess here, but we're not quite sure.
My original thought was gum or so I don't, but now I don't
Supposed to
know.
eat that?
Well, people steal it. I'm thinking of things that people steal.
It's just not that heavy, though, either to
Yeah, for poundage.
140 pounds. I'm trying to think in
I've been
the
to
Czech
I've been
Republic,
to
what do they
Czechia, and
eat?
I'm trying to think of what everybody was just carrying around with them.
What if it's
beer in hand?
24/7. Yeah, beer, yes.
what if it's potatoes
I was going to say potatoes. When I think of being in the Czech Republic, it's all beer
and dumplings, potatoes?
and dumplings and potatoes and cheese. And I'm good
Yeah.
with potatoes.
Okay, we're gonna lock in with potatoes.
Yeah, my afterthought answer was potato, but we locked in with chocolate.
I think I eat 40 pounds of cheese a year.
Yeah, both are good guesses, but it is cheese.
It's cheese, Neil.
I was right
I can't believe it. You were right.
because
though.
I was imagining an Ocean's 11 type heist where they get a giant
Fromage.
brick of fromage in their duffel bags.
All right, and the scores have all tied up, 165 for each team. I know Ken, I'm contractually obligated to say those names, so that would be 165 for Guard Scars, and 165 for Miss Gibbs Quips.
Thank you. And what are our final round categories?
All right, your categories are number 1, food in movies. Number 2, food science. Number 3, food in sports. Number 4, food in Japan. Number 5, sounds like food in history.
All right, and the wagers are now locked in. Quick word about Patreon really quick before we move on to the questions. Give us money.
And back to the
Get some
game.
prizes. And back to the game.
They're not prizes, they're rewards.
Get some rewards.
We're not allowed to call them
not
prizes.
Not prizes. Patreon, if you're listening, not prizes. Rewards.
Yes, join Christina and Lauren over at Patreon if you'd like to get a bunch of bonus audio content.
Some of it's good, some of it's okay, some of it's sexy. So
Yeah, and as Jeff mentioned on a previous episode, we've had, over 30, 40 hours or so of extra content?
more than 40 patron exclusive episodes to accompany our more than 350 regular bonus and regular games. So
Nice.
Yeah, so join them and everyone else who's helping support the show over at patreon.com/Triviality Podcast.
Stats. All right, let's get the questions.
All right. Number 1, in food and movies. Food often plays a role in movies and can leave us wanting to eat what we are watching on screen. Some examples for me are the melting ice cream that Dr. Sattler is eating in Jurassic Park, the imaginary feast in Hook, the frozen hot chocolate in Serendipity, and that damn chocolate cake in Matilda. There is one sandwich in particular that not only caught my attention, but the attention of so many others it has gained the nickname the world's greatest sandwich. It's a cross between a BLT, a grilled cheese, and a breakfast sandwich. It was created by chef Thomas Keller for which 2004 romantic comedy? Number 2, food science. Advances in food science have led to plenty of plant-based meat substitutes, and now scientists are taking it a step further. Scientists have found a way to take a biopsy of an animal and then grow cells from that sample on a growth media made of sugars, amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. Growing meat this way does not require any land, water, nor antibiotics to raise the meat. With the positive implications this could have for the growing population of our planet, it's no wonder that Bill Gates, Richard Branson, and major meat manufacturers such as Tyson and Cargill have all invested heavily in this science. What is the name that has been given to this meat? I will take the name given by the public or the name that they are trying to market it as. Number 3, food and sports. The MLE is the Major League Eating Organization that oversees all professional eating contests. The MLE sanctions over 70 contests a year, with its most notable one being the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Stars such as Joey Chestnut, Miki Sudo, and Takuro Kobayashi have all savored their title as winner of the contest, and with it, they have claimed the coveted Bejeweled belt. Miki Sudo has won the pink version of this belt, but what is the name of the belt that has been won by Joey Chestnut 14 times? If you have seen this belt before, the name shouldn't surprise you. Number 4, food in Japan. Imitation crab meat is often used in crab salad, crab dip, and crab rangoon. However, it doesn't contain any actual crab. Imitation crab meat is mainly made of fish, typically pollock, and it is finely shredded and pulverized, then heated and pressed into shapes that resemble meat from a crab leg. This mixture gets its name from the Japanese word for ground meat. What is this pulverized fish mixture called? And number 5, sounds like food in history. In the 1920s, most African Americans were denied entry into aviation programs. There was one man who had such an interest in being a pilot that he built an airplane powered by a motorcycle engine and then taught himself how to fly. He went on to establish the first African American owned and certified flight school located in Harlem Airport in Oakland, Illinois. This is where many of the Tuskegee Airmen got their initial training. He continued to fly until he was 89 and passed away 2 years after giving up his love of flying in Chicago, Illinois. Who is this man that was the first African American to become a certified aircraft mechanic in the United States, the first African American to establish an aeronautical school in the United States, and the first Black member of the Civil Air Patrol?
All right, and all the answers are in. Let's get the answers, see how we did.
All right, number 1, in food in movies. Which sandwich, known as the world's greatest sandwich, being a cross between a BLT, a grilled cheese, and a breakfast sandwich that was created by Chef Thomas Keller, for which 2004 romantic comedy?
We wagered 30 on this one, and I believe that is Adam Sandler in Spanglish.
We wagered 30 and also said Spanglish.
Well done. It's Spanglish. Very good. Number 2, in food science. What meat can you take a sample from an actual animal, take that biopsy, grow it on a growth medium, and has been heavily invested by a lot of famous people and companies? There are 2 names this meat is currently going by, one given by the public and one that the name is being marketed as, and I will take either name.
Yeah, for 30 points, I've always heard this being referred to as lab-grown.
We wagered 30, and we were not sure. We just know that this is a type of fake meat, and we said impossible.
Ken's got it. It is absolutely known as lab-grown meat. That's the name generally given by the public, and they are trying to market it as clean meat.
Oh, no one's going to call it that.
Nobody's going to call it that. It's 100% lab-grown meat. All right, number 3, food and sports. What is the name of the belt won by Joey Chestnut 14 times at the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest?
We wagered a measly 10 on this one, and we didn't know, so we just thought maybe it was made of sausage links and called it the Link Belt.
We wagered 30. It's a big old yellow belt, so I believe it's the mustard belt.
It is the mustard belt. Very good. Number 4, food in Japan. What is the name of the pulverized fish mixture found in imitation crab meat? It comes from a Japanese word. When translated into English, that means ground meat.
We had no idea. I know meat in Japanese is niku. I think the word for like to grind or crush something starts with a SA sound, so we just said saniku, though I don't recognize that. So
I was really unsure as well. We wagered 30, and I know that when you get these dumplings with like mixed fish in it, it's called shumai, so we just said shumai.
This was a tough one. This is surimi. And 5 sounds like food in history. This man is amazing. I just cannot believe that he built his own airplane, used a motorcycle engine, and then taught himself how to fly. So who is this first man that was the first African American to become a certified aircraft mechanic, to establish an aeronautical school in the United States, and the first Black member of the Civil Air Patrol?
happy to learn about this, but unfortunately we had no real good guess. We wagered 30 on it, but we just tried to pick a name that contained a food, and we wanted to honor Neal, so we said Fisher.
Yeah, we are in the same boat. Not being too far from Oakland and living in Chicago, we probably should know more about this, but we went with a lucky berry, hopefully.
And no points to either team, but this guy is absolutely amazing, and I highly recommend that anybody research more about him. His name is Cornelius Coffey.
Oh, great name. Yeah, we
And
should
shout out to Trivial Warfare, because that's where I first learned about him. And then I did my own research about him and was just fascinated. He's was really amazing.
All right. It was a very close game. No one raised their scores, but one team did emerge on top. And that would be Scars.
Yeah.
Oh,
With 155 points. Narrowly behind them, losing an additional 20, was Miss Gibbs Quips.
it was a valiant effort.
What's the catchphrase?
Wah, wah.
What catchphrase?
The thing that we do every episode.
Oh, I don't know.
Somebody was
Somebody has to be
named.
something. Holy
So we're we're today's cream of the crop, apparently.
Yeah.
We'll say it to ourselves.
We master crap.
Great game, Matt and Christina. You guys were wonderful competitors because we were behind you the entire time, but came down to the final. Ken, we finally were triumphant
Yeah.
after wagering.
And you were, in
hedged that
fact,
one
the
bet.
cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Too
Jeff.
late, Jeff.
Way
We don't
too
want to
late.
hear it now.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Christina is going along with your team name, Mrs. Gibbs Quips. Do you want to let people know maybe if they want to come check you out, like where they can find this show and anything else you'd like to say? The stage is yours.
Sure. If you're in New York City, we'll be playing 3 shows, I believe, for our town. The director is going to be doing a really interesting twist and a modern twist on it. It should be really great. That would be June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's at Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute in Manhattan. So I think we might be streaming it virtually as well. So if you just want to watch it live, you can do that too. I'm not entirely sure about that, so I might be jumping the gun on that, but
Awesome.
just in case. And then I'll plug my the organization that I work for, IR Lab. I plugged them last time. I really believe in what we do. We're really dedicated to a lot of different things in the archaeological field. You can go ahead and give us check us out at irlabnp.org. If you just want to see what we do, we also do accept donations. Everything goes directly back to all of the sites that we do and the staffing, and all towards the research and the project. And it is all tax deductible as well. So check us out.
Thank you.
Awesome. And Lauren, thank you so much for putting together a game this week. We appreciate it. And also for all the great work you do with food. It was nice to see the game themed around food and the importance of everyone having access to food and healthy food at that. So any final statements, shout outs, anything from you?
I would love to thank the grand playtester himself, Louis. He was amazing, and I was very nervous about, well, the entire thing, but my final questions, and Louis really helped guide me there. So I appreciate it, Louis. Thank you very much. And shout out to my amazing family as always, Kyle, Olive, and Cal. I love you guys all the days.
Cute.
Well, thank you so much to both of you. Our two-time appearing sister act. This was Sister Act 2. What do we call it? The reversal?
Yeah.
Something like that.
If you guys get another sister, let us know. We'll get you back on.
Yeah, we need
Okay.
next time we need Bob and Kath to
Bob
host
and
a game.
Kath, yeah.
To host a game for you to play. But thank you so much for your support, and to everyone else who supports us over on Patreon or just listens every week. We appreciate it. For Matt, Ken, Jeff, Lauren,
Make Jeff sad.
Christina, make Jeff sad, and Neal. My name is Neal.
Triviality.
Thank you, everyone. I got my brother, if you're familiar with the show, for his birthday one year. I can't remember the name of the character now, but Brett and Jermaine, their friend though with
Murray.
Murray. He had not Murray, the one with the headband who worked their crappy jobs.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
So he had a T-shirt of two rats having sex, basically in a rat trap. And my brother was like, "That's the coolest shirt. I wonder if it's real." And I found someone who made it, and I got it for him, and it was like the most ridiculous shirt ever.